How's it going? This is the whole digital experience engineering team, and we are kicking off this iteration. It is Monday, August 14th. Go ahead and share our mascot, Porcupine. High five. Yeah. So we're going to be a team, high five, and work through some good stuff. So I'll go ahead and pass it over to Nathan and kick it off.
Thanks, Lauren. For this iteration, I'm mostly going to be supporting the Contentful integration. So I'm going to be working with Contentful a lot. We have a bunch of training sessions this week, so it should be fun. But in the background, I'm going to try and get some of our packages maybe using Vite and some icons getting ready for the CMS. But yeah, mostly in the background. And then we have a big list of stuff to do in the open board. It doesn't have to all get done this iteration, but it's good to pull from. So yeah, I'll pull in when I have some bandwidth. Megan?
Yeah, like Nathan, a few Contentful training sessions this week. As for issues, I have carryover from last iteration on some discovery work for how the CMS might look like working with the navigation, and in tandem, if we can have maybe like some performance improvements to the navigation package. So I have like a doc in progress on some ideas, and I'd like to pass that around to the DEX engineers at some point this iteration for some feedback. Maybe what I have isn't the right solution and someone on the team has some better ideas. So I'd love to get our brains together on that. Next, I have an issue to update. Looks like pricing content sync. I think that's related to some of our the pricing translated pages. An issue for our semantic changelog commits. Looks like there's some like duplications on there. And I know what the problem is, so I'm gonna just add some documentation on how we can avoid that. That was the problem. And then lastly, a spike on how we can maybe work with our internationalized content in tandem with our CMS, and how that might work if we have an English content in the CMS and the translated stuff isn't yet. How does that look like? So we're working on that spike and then pulling in any other issues in our open board. But Javi's not here, but Lauren will speak for him.
Yeah, so Javi's still doing some follow-up on our GA attributes in the navigation for translation, and some more follow-up for functional bugs. So every time we get a page translated, it goes back to the translated team, and then they send over a big old spreadsheet with like a bunch of bugs they found, and we fix them. So it's great. We have another set of eyes on the marketing site doing QA. And he's also working with Megan on the discovery of the CMS and the navigation and how it's built, and the architecture. And he will also be running our nav release for this iteration. Laura is out. I'll go ahead and read for her as well. She's doing the solutions GitOps page refresh, a platform page iteration, a website component audit. So looking at all the components we've got in BE and seeing if we can make that more efficient, and preparing the data structures for the BE and CMS. And that's something Megan, Nathan, and Laura are all working on together. And then also setting up our blog repo to send a little alert to our Slack channel, DEX alerts, and be like, hey, go check out the pipeline. It broke, which is really good. Lets us catch stuff. Miracle is also out. She's working on adding CI variables and artifact upload script, and that's for the blog also. We set up a whole new repository, and we're just getting the deployment ready. And then we have a bug with the marketing site cookie, the Miracle cookie, where it still says you're logged in, even though you've left the site. And so we gotta patch that up. And then she'll be building a Glex test on our free trial form. So we have a free trial form in the product we've reskinned, and now we're going to build an A/B test using GitLab's functionality to test between those versions. Good stuff. Okay, pass it over to John.
Thank you. Well, for this iteration, I'm just catching up about Contentful because I was out while everyone was implementing Contentful. So for this iteration, I'm going to work on translating the solutions Kubernetes page. Also, I'm going to implement Contentful's module into buyer experience, following what Mateo did in the blog project. And finally, an easy one, I'm going to work on the live previewer for Contentfuls. So that will be it for my iteration. I hope everything is fine with Contentful and my learning with Contentful. That's it for me. Next one is Mateo.
Thank you, Jan. So I will continue work into the blog, creating a couple new components, the CDA component and the quote component to be used in the template page. I also picked a couple of issues from Buyer's Experience repo, which is changing the URL for the CI/CD page, adding a video to the dedicated page. And yeah, that's it. I will also be configuring the Contentful GitLab pipeline so that for the blog, so that when anything changes in the blog content, the pipeline should run. And from previous iteration, I still have the template page in review. That one is ready, just being reviewed. And yeah, that's it for me. Next one is Miguel.
Thank you. I have a couple of issues carried over from last iteration. The first one is the solutions, analytics, and insights page, which I'm working currently. And also I'm waiting on feedback for the for some Microsoft Office updates in the email template. And after that, I will be prioritizing Contentful issues and the working sessions we have this iteration. And with that, pass it over to Margaret.
Yep. So for this iteration, I'm going to continue work on the homepage redesign. We just got access to the translations. So I'm just going to update that and wait for our final assets to be in. I'm also going to be working on updating the ROI calculator efficiency tab design. And I have small updates for some of our DevSecOps city Virtual city pages, sorry. And I picked up one of our CMS issues for the page content type. So I'm going to also be working on that. I think that's it for my iteration. I'm going to hand it over to Timmy.
So for my iteration, I still have to investigate a few solution links that are not being localized, because last week we localized a lot of our solution pages, but for some reason a specific component still is not localizing the link from one page to another. I have to investigate that. And I will also update the Swift type synonyms to provide results for our common top queries. And my last one is our SO contents type for Contentful. So we still are studying some solutions and investigating that. I think that's it for me. I'm not sure if we're going to start a new tab for our DevSecOps page yet. So yeah, let's see. I will pass to Justin.
Thank you. Yes, we have, like everyone said, a bunch of training this week for Contentful. There's going to be some more training next week for the Contentful. They haven't ramped up, so it'll be kind of a slow burn into CMS and Contentful. But once everyone's on the same page, we can hit the ground rolling and really dive into issues, iterations that Nathan has so gracefully set up for everyone. And with that, thank you, everyone. Lauren?
All right. See you later. Oh.